Hello, it's Ron back here on Ron Brown's YouTube channel where we, discuss a lot of drone gear, drone tech, drone updates, and today is kind of a drone speculation video here. Specifically, we're talking about the DJI Mini 4 Pro. Now, I have the DJI Mini 3 Pro here, but we're going to talk about the 4 just recently. This week. And let me before I get started, let me just say that this is I call a live, not live video, the kind of a Ron talk here. This is not live streaming, but I'm not making any cuts or edits or manipulating this video in any ways. If I cough, misspeak, a dog runs through the video, it's all going to be in there. I just find it's easy to get these videos posted quickly if I don't go into days of editing a simple video, which just eliminate like a cough or something like that. But okay, back to the Mini 3 Pro, or specifically the Mini 4, Mini 4 Pro, whatever they're going to call it. Our favorite, leaker over on X, formerly known as Twitter, Igor, and he has his website's called something like, Igor's Drone News. That's not it, but something like that. I will link his Igor's Twitter down below, because I'm not going to post the stuff on this video. A lot of people post the stuff, but I mean, I want you to go see Igor's stuff on Igor's site, not on my YouTube video. He broke all this news. I did not break any of it. I don't know anything except what I read on X, formerly known as Twitter. So I want Igor to get the credit. But okay, the Mini 4. He's leaked. Some pictures out. First, we got some pictures. Then we even had like a video of a guy that looks like he works for DJI. He even hides the guy's face with like a big, like little emoji con or something there, where the guy's kind of flying a drone in the wild by this wall, whatever. And some of the takeaways from this Mini 4 is that number one. This is the only thing that I'm going to say here, kind of based on something I've seen in the video. In the Mini 4 video, you notice that these front optical avoidance sensors are no longer these kind of old school straight ahead. They're those kind of fisheye looking omnidirectional sensors that are on the recently on the Mini 3, Air 3, and the Mavic 3 series of drones. They have those kind of fisheye drones, and you can't see the back of the drone in the video I saw. You can see the front, but if that has the same kind of fisheye things on the back here, this drone could possibly be the first mini drone, at least the first mini drone I know, to have omnidirection 360 type obstacle avoidance. So that's a big thing, mostly for the side to side. Most drone crashes happen when somebody's doing we'll say an orbit, something like that, a side to side movement. That's when they crash into trees and things like that. So most drone crashes occur side to side. So if they can put the same technology that's on the Air 3, the Mavic 3 in this mini drone for the first time, that'll be a big help, especially for new pilots and experienced pilots, that do this type of thing. And that'll also have the upwards optical sensor, so you don't go up into, if you're underneath a bridge, a tree or whatever, you won't go up into it or whatever. And that also happens on return home and loss of signal too. You're flying under a structure or bridge, you can lose signal and it'll right up and hits the top. So this will be a game changer if the Mini 4, and I'm going to stop saying Mini 4 Pro or Mini 4S, just say Mini 4, even though they may have another part to that name. But if the Mini 4 goes up into something above it in that direction. Of course, the previous couple versions of the Mini has had the downward facing sensors. They've always been there. But anyhow, so that's something we've gathered from the the leaked not only images but video. Those sensors seem like they have been changed to match some of the other competitive drones. So that is a good thing. And now a lot of the stuff that people have on a wish list for the Mini 4, and we're going to go into some of them here, including that. It's not whether DJI can do these things in the Mini 4. It's whether they can do these things and keep the drone under 250 grams and also keep the drone affordable to the public. Because right now, the Air 3 costs $1,099. It's $1,099 US. And that's the base kit. I'm going to try to refer to all base kit prices here to keep this kind of like a baseline here, because once you start referring to Flymore kits, not all Flymore kits have the same thing, so that's kind of throws the price out of line. But okay, we're gonna stick to base prices. $10.99 for the Air 3. So the Mini 4 Pro comes out, it can't cost more than $10.99, right? Because the Air 3s should be the better drone, and should cost more money. So I have to keep it well below that price point, and as I said, also have to keep it below 250 gram, or there's no sense in having a quote mini drone or whatever, the 250 gram standard, which allows for a lot more ability to fly in flying roles in different countries. So in the U.S., it's not that big of a deal, because if you register your drone, you don't really gain anything from the 250 grams right now. You still have follow all the rules and regulations of the heavier drones. It just allows you not to register, not to pay $5, and in some ways not be part of the remote ID system. But as far as I know, the Mini 3 Pro will have remote ID. Whether you register or not. I mean, this will all come to fruition September 16th. I don't want to get into a big thing in this video here, but if your drone's going to get remote ID anyways or whatever, then then not paying your $5 to register is kind of ridiculous too, whatever. But anyhow, I'm way off the beaten track here. So back to keeping the drone, adding features and not adding to the price of the drone much, or bumping over 250 grams. So yeah, some of the other things, that people's wish list. I see people speculate, but we'll say wish list. A lot of people want other stuff. So if they do put all the obstacle avoidance sensors and so on, and maybe this drone will be the first mini drone, the first DJI Mini drone to get waypoints without using a third-party app such as Litchi or something like that. Waypoints built in, again, directly from DJI. They'll probably feel more comfortable with waypoints if the drone has that, obstacle avoidance sensing in it. And the Mini 3 pretty much had all the intelligent flight features. Not all, but most of the intelligent flight features of the bigger drones. So that was already taken care of in that series. But, waypoints is a big one. And maybe that goes hand in hand with the obstacle avoidance sensing. Now, another thing, people always talk about, every single drone comes out low light. How's it in low light? And the Mini 3 Pro solved that by putting on that 1.7-inch aperture that leave in more light into the camera sensor to be probably the best one of the best mini drones in low light. But now DJI has night mode not only on their Mavic series but on the Air series, the Air 3. Could they possibly add the night mode to a mini drone for the first time? That would be, I know that would check a lot of boxes for a lot of people. Not only do they want better low light performance, they also want that, that button where you just push and you go into night mode, and it does the best job, that it's AI can figure out for night mode. I mean, a lot of people could do better if they customize all the settings in a manual mode, but a lot of people don't want to mess with a bunch of manual settings to achieve low light. They want the easy button, the low light button. So that could be another a big thing that they could bring to the Mini 4, and that may also come in hand with an improved camera sensor. Could they possibly add the same 1/1.3 camera sensor that's in the Air 3 with the stack sensor in the back immolated, thingamabob or whatever that helps improve low light in that drone? Could they possibly put that same camera sensor in this drone? Why I say I don't mean possibly from technology wise, but would they really want to have the same camera in their more budget friendly mini series as in their Air 3? Possibly, I don't know. It would be a great boom to people who only want to fly the mini series of drones and get that same camera performance that we see in the Air 3. So that could go hand in hand with that low light feature that's in the Air 3 too. So a couple big things right there, possibly for a Mini 4, and also, battery life. I mean, the Mini 3 Pro has, decent battery life on the standard battery, But once you add the plus battery to it, that bumps the battery life up, I think, to 47 minutes on the battery. So you get, you're probably getting, again, depending on how you fly, maybe 30, 35 minutes, maybe possibly better with that battery, where, the standard battery, the 250 gram compatible battery, that brings you the standard, like, 20, 25 minutes that you would expect, from say, even from the previous Mini 2 drone. But could they possibly, I don't know if they can improve the battery performance with that plus battery, which puts it over 250 grams. But maybe they can somehow improve the performance of the standard battery and still, get you more battery life and still keep the drone under 250 grams. That would be a nice uptick for people who are flying, in other countries where 250 grams is much more important in the U.S., or people that fly in the U.S. that do not want to, they do not want to register a drone, don't want to pay their $5, hopefully skirt the whole remote ID issue. They need those, they want better battery life out of the standard battery setup. So we'll see. I mean, that's a possibility, also. So, yeah, I mean, that's just some of the things to touch on here that, could be possible upgrades, for a Mini 4. Now, other concerns, though, is, well, number one, I think even Igor is saying, the Mini 4, the Mini series of drones have, have typically been released in the November to December timeframe, except for this Mini 3 Pro. It broke the pattern, was released in the springtime. I'm going to say late May of 2022. I think I got my year right. So will they go back to their usual pattern of releasing, because they skipped the cycle this year. They didn't release something in the fall last year. They didn't release anything in the spring to follow up. So will they go back to their fall pattern for a Mini 4 release? And that seems to be, when you start seeing leaks of at least the DJI, the in-house testing people, usually you're within 2 or 3 months from a drone release once you start seeing these videos leak out on Twitter and YouTube and so on. So I'm going to say the November time period sounds right now. Pricing. We saw, a pretty good price bump in the Mini 3 series of drones. The Mini 2 was, priced, I think it was $449 when it came out. How many years it came out now? I don't want to say another year, I'll mess up. But when it came out, and then we saw a price bump of, again, I get confused these prices because they changed. But I think when the Mini 3 Pro came out, standard kit was like $750, $59. So, we saw a pretty good price bump that time around for the Mini series. Will we see the same type of price bump for the Mini 4 Pro? Will we see, $200-$300 price increase, or will we see more or less a reasonable increase of maybe $100 price bump? Because I don't know if this will be as radical of a upgrade as the Mini 3 was over the Mini 2. I mean, that added a whole ton of features that that made it more of a, brought in line with some of DJI's other drones and whatever. The Mini series has always been real stripped down, and now it's not. But that, add the things we talked about in this video, it's got to be some cost added to the drone. And to do everything I said in the video, of course, they'll need a stronger processor in there. And the nice thing too is that we know one feature we know the Mini 4 will have O4. That was the image transmission system that was added to the Air 3. And so, I mean, it goes without saying it'll be added to the next drone now, which will be the Mini 4. And also that means the Mini 4 will be compatible with the 2 new controllers, the RCN2 and DJI RC2, which, of course, especially the RC2 will give it the have the antennas on. So not only O4, but the extra antennas in the controller will help it get much better signal strength and range performance over the Mini 3. The Mini 3, especially ordered with the DJI RC1, to call it the 1 now, because lacking those antennas and so on, and maybe bad placement of the antennas that's supposedly in the front arms of this drone, it didn't give it quite the signal strength that we had hoped for after flying, the Mavic 3 and some of the other recent DJI drones. It's kind of a letdown for people who, really tried to push the range and signal strength on it. So hopefully, with O4 and the new controller, we'll get back to what we hope for as far as signal strength and range on the Mini 4. So that could be a big uptick. But again, keeping in mind, I mean, I know it's going to be a ton of other things you want in this drone, but keep in mind, we got to keep the price down. We can't have a $1,500 Mini 4 out there. I mean, I guess we could. I guess they could make a Mini 4 Premium with everything in it. I mean, some people want a mini drone. They don't care about the price. But I think why the Mini series was so successful for DJI, especially in the first two generations, was the price point. A lot of people didn't want to pay $1,000 for a drone, and when you could pay $399, which was the Mini 1's price, and $449 the Mini 2. They were in at those price points, but if they charge $1,000 for Mini drone, will those people upgrade? Will they be done? Will they just stick with their Mini 2s and Mini 1s forever? Who knows? So, but believe me, price is important. Price is as important as anything else in this game here. So yeah, just a couple thoughts, on the Mini 4. I mean, we've got this is I'm doing this at the sort of still at the beginning of August here, so we still have August, September, and October. We got 3 months before we can really expect to really, see this new drone, and if the November price timeline sticks into place before we see this drone, and also we're going to see a ton more leaks and rumors before that point. So we're going to know a lot more before we get there. Just kind of early, idea of just to get some thoughts together off the early leaks, what we can expect to see from Mini 4. And it will be worth upgrading from the Mini 3 Pro. If you really need the stuff like the waypoints and you need the better low leg camera and so on, I guess it could possibly be. You depend on how much it's going to cost to upgrade. I mean, the supposed smart people are already selling their Mini 3 Pros now, while the value is high before the common man even knows there's a Mini 4 coming out. So many times we heard in the community, somebody buys a drone like the Mini 3 Pro, and then the next week the new one comes out because they're just not following anything. They just follow the drones. They're not big YouTube or Twitter X fans or whatever. They just follow the drones and wait for their email from DJI, and nothing wrong with that. If you didn't do all this other stuff, you'd gain a lot of free time back in your life again, right? Maybe I should shut down. Nah. But so a lot of people like that, they said they buy the current drone a week before the new one comes out, and then they get, they feel bad afterward. They got cheated and blah blah blah. Well, every company in the world, they almost denies a new product until the new one comes out. So nothing different there. But I don't know where my train of thought was going with all that. Except that we got time to think about this, and will be more videos like this, people speculating. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people just got their Air 3s recently, so they're not even ready for a new drone or whatever. And I haven't got my Air 3 yet. Trying to get a hold of one. I mean, they're easy to get, but not if you want the package, the flyboard kit with the RC2. That's a little hard to find. That's almost like pre-ordering. But if you just want the standard Air 3 or even the one with the DJI RC2, I mean, you could have that shipped to you in 24 hours. But the other kit is a little hard to get. And ND filters are a little bit hard to get for it too. You really need the ND filters for the Air 3 because of the wide open 1.7 aperture on the main camera. If I got the Mini 2 now with the ND filters, I guess I'd be flying with a 3X all the time or whatever, which wouldn't be a bad thing, right? So, so again, a lot of people just got their Air 3. And again, if you just bought the Air 3, would you even be interested in the Mini 4 in November? I mean, again, let's throw out 250 grams. Say you live in the U.S., you register all your drones, you pay your $5. I mean, you're not good remote ID, but you got to do remote ID anyways. What do you even need that Mini 4 for? If you got the Air 3, the Air 3 is going to be better in every way, right? I mean, outside of it's going to cost more money maybe, and the Mini 3 may be quieter, but people tell me the Air 3 is very quiet too. So I actually haven't seen one in person or seen one fly, but hopefully next time I do a series of videos, I got the Air 3 in my hand rather than the Mini 3 Pro, whatever. So, I mean, I've been using the Mini 3 Pro mostly this summer. I've been doing a lot of type of, I've been flying a lot of, for clients where, being quiet and being unnoticeable is the most important thing, and making people feel safe, is the most important thing. So I've been flying this over, the bigger, better drones just because, again, the factors I just said. So, yeah. So, lot to think on here. You know, so try to keep you updated on everything that's coming out. So. You know, if you got anything on this video, give me the thumbs up so this video gets out to more YouTube people than just my subscribers. Speaking of subscribers, if you're not one, subscribe today. We got a free subscription this month, and you know, ring that bell so you'll get notifications when I put out more drone videos on the the Mini 4, on any mini drone, Air 3, and so on and so on. And I also I'm going to put a buy me a cup of coffee link down there. So it's summertime now. I could use a nice iced coffee on a hot summer day. It's going to be 90 tomorrow at the Jersey Shore. So I got to, get hydrated. So help me out there. And also don't forget the Drone Nation live show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a different channel than my channel, but just go over look for Drone Nation on YouTube. You'll see all the past videos, and you'll subscribe over there, get notifications when when new live shows come up. We have a special event come up, like a product release or anything like that. So yeah, so that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope you did great outdoors here, down here at Margate. See down here at the beach. Looks like I'm in a forest here, but believe me, I'm only a couple blocks from the ocean down here. There's a nice cool breeze coming over the deck here, and I'm gonna get going now, and I'm gonna go fly a drone. We'll see you later. Cut.